Rich, you too. Hey, that's what it's all about. We're at a golf tournament. We're at the Korn Ferry Club Car Championship at the Landings Club. It's the coach and the AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. And we're usually live from where?
Senior Sports Universe at Coach's Korn, but today this is a Senior Sports Universe in the golf world here at Wilmington, Iowa.
That's right. We're here live. We got a great guest lineup, but we got to say something to you. It's been 1 year today, and we started doing this.
1 year, man.
And do you remember where we did it first?
We had Rocky's Ellie.
A little Italian food, a little Viva Italia. I mean, we had
next week.
We got 2 weeks. April 10th. Of course, that's Masters weekend. Ooh. And what better way? But April 10th, we're doing a live show right there. That's their third. That'll be Bill Fasiccio, the owner.
Yeah.
3-year anniversary over there at Rockies.
That place is rocking it, literally. It's great.
What do you mean? It's got Italian food. It's got to be rocking it.
Of course. Hey, I saw Big Frank posted a little something the other day.
Well, he finally got over there.
Yeah.
He finally got over there. He got the Vito and Vito Soberano. I mean, he finally got over there. But once again, it's a lot of fun. A year doing this on the internet, it's going to keep on going. So you got to love it.
Without a doubt, man. So beautiful setup here. Just unbelievable what's going on here at the Ladies Club. And so, man, it's an exciting day for golf, and we got a lot of sports to cover.
How can you not have a golf tournament in Savannah, Georgia?
I think supposedly, history-wise, look up, home of one of the first golf courses in America.
Yeah.
So it is. It's beautiful.
I mean,
we used to have the senior event over there at the Weston.
Yep.
That was always great as well. So, and we got
legends.
The legends. We got some great guests coming on today as well.
Oh, yeah. We're going to bring on Cheyenne Overby, the director of, got to get it right, the Club Car Championship at the Landings Club. You got to say it right or you get in trouble.
I know. Yeah.
So we got to do that right. So Cheyenne Overby, I talked to her about 2 years ago, and remember that they did it last year without any fans, so it's great going to have her. Then we're going to replay our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. Didn't make the cut, but Reed Lauder at a Country Day, he played 2 rounds, but we're going to replay that because we thought he'd be playing today. But so we want you to watch his interview, how excited this young man, only a junior at Savannah Country Day, was excited about playing in this tournament.
Yeah, and it won't, listen, it might be his first, but it won't be his last.
No, it won't. It won't.
So we're excited about that.
And then we'll go with the man himself, the man from WTOC, Morning Break.
That's right.
Got it right.
Yeah,
Okay. Tim Geider, he's been here since 1992. He was the beat golf reporter for Savannah Morning News for a long time. Then he made the switch to TV. And he's cooking Italian food on TV.
Little show going on in the morning.
Oh, he's cooking on Tuesdays.
He's cooking,
some
literally.
Italian food, some eggplant parmesan, some chicken cutlet parmesan. This guy's been doing it.
Without a doubt, man.
I know, I'm stuck on my Italian food, but he does other things.
There's nothing wrong with being stuck on Italian food, man.
All right, so let's get to the scoreboard right away. Fans, you want to hear what happened last night? Remember, it's 3 steps in the door: high school, college, and pros. So let's kick it off with high school.
So we're going to start off with kickoff with the high school news rankings. All right, Savannah Christian boys are number 6 in their Class A private rankings, with Savannah Arts Academy coming in at number 9. Baseball, BC is number 3 in 4A. Savannah Christian number 6 in Class A private. Scores from last night: baseball-wise, Stratford Academy over Savannah Country Day 4-2. Calvary 4-2 over Aquinas. Richmond Hill keeps building up there 5-3. Big win over Effingham County. South Effingham 12. Bradwell 5. Hilton Head Christian 8 over St. Andrews 4. In girls soccer action, you had Effingham County big rival win. Coach Wade up there, love Wade. 2-1 win over South Effingham. Savannah Christian 3-1 win over New Hampstead. Boys soccer, South Effingham 4 and Effingham County 2. So they split there in the rival. So lacrosse, Savannah Christian 15 over Islands. Country Day takes an early lead over Calvary, holds on 14-8 there, and BC gets one of their first setbacks of the year, falling to Greenbrier 10-9.
That must have been a great game because both those teams are very good, and you got 19 goals in that game. So I went over to Islands yesterday. Yeah, I'm the AD at Islands. I'm also coach at Islands. He's the AD at Calvary. He's also a coach there. So it could be the coach and AD and coach. You want to name it, we do it. And I'm telling you right now, I know we're playing with a lot of young kids, but just watching that game, it's just a great game. It's just a great game. Awesome. And just to let you know, it's like basketball with a stick and a ball. Not a hockey puck, but a ball that's like a hockey puck. It's definitely was awesome to watch. I mean, so all right, so let's go. Today's schedule: baseball been very, very good to me. Benedictines at Metter at 12 noon. Havisham is taking on Jenkins at 12 noon. I got to give the Havisham school a lot of credit. I mean, they don't shy away from any of the public schools.
Everybody, man.
They're playing everybody, so they do a great job over there. Jace McGarity is the AD. Gotta love him. Christian Hart, okay, does a great job over there with all their what am I looking for? Public relations and sports information. All right, Stratford's at Savannah Christian for 2, 11-2, and then Aquinas.
We're 11-2 as well. Move those games up so they can get back a little bit earlier as well.
They're up there?
No, we're here at Grayson today.
Okay, so they can get back.
Yeah, so when Aquinas comes in, like if someone goes to Aquinas, they play 3 games, they stay there.
Right.
We don't go back and forth like we do in town. So.
Okay, good deal. And then let's see. Then Memorial Day won their first game. Okay, good job, Matadors. 9-7 the other day. So got to give a big shout out to Carson Larson. I mean, the kid, I had him on my show when he was an 8th grader. And the kid's now a senior. I can't believe we got to bring it back on. Got to bring it back on. So Memorial Day at Thomas Jefferson Academy, doubleheader, 1 and 2:30. Okay, let's flip it up. Flip it over. Soccer, Islands at Benedictine. Region 4, Region 3, 4A. Top 2 teams. Always good in soccer.
It'll be one of the best games in Savannah area for for the region. So it's gonna be a great game there at BC at 3 o'clock day. Huge field. All right, that's the thing.
It's huge.
It is the widest it can be for FIFA standards, 80 yards wide. We played on it on Tuesday, and so if you've not played on a field that big, it's a lot to defend. So you have to really defend from the inside out and not get caught on the edges there. So
it's going to be a great game. All right, so that's high school. That's step 1. Step 2 in the door. Let's talk about college. March Madness. We got men's and women's. We're not leaving the women out here. Men's and women's basketball, Sweet 16, and I mean, it's just a myriad of games. I mean, a plethora of games, a lot of games.
Yeah. So I mean,
and the ladies are getting national TV.
That's right. And so, but one of the big stories once again, Loyola Chicago, Oral Roberts, Creighton, some of those guys. So big, big kudos to those guys. Everybody's looking at Loyola Chicago. I mean, I think they're going to keep on going.
Sister Jean, baby, 101 years strong.
I think they're going to keep it going to today. It might end in Elite 8, but I think they get today. I think Oral Roberts wins today over Arkansas as well.
Wow.
And I'm picking the Cuse. Just because I think I think just because they shoot it 3 well, and it's
that
like
2-3 defense.
You just don't see it very much.
Right.
So it's hard to prepare for when you don't see. It's like the option in college football nowadays.
Yep. All right, and then don't forget the ladies. Okay, the ladies. We got UConn at number 5, Iowa. UConn, Gino's back, had COVID, and you know what? I give a lot of credit for this man. He's stepping up and talking about women's sports. He's been coaching UConn for a long time. Women's sports, as far as basketball, I coached girls basketball for over 18 years. We never got the respect that the boys got, and they're finally getting respect. And I hate to say it, this NCAA tournament brought it to light how there's always discrepancy when it comes to men's and women's athletics. Well, you know what? It's time we stop. It's time we stepped up. Everybody's equal, whether you're, your gender, your race, everybody's equal. But that's another soapbox that we don't want to go to here, but we can get into that because this man has coached girls his whole life too. So we'll go from there. Plus we got daughters and wives. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that, but love you, D. So, all right. So we got some big games, women. So one side today on Saturday, got UConn and Iowa, Baylor at Michigan, NC State and Indiana, Texas A&M at Arizona. Then tomorrow you got South Carolina taking on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech has been one solid program in women's basketball, and South Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it. I think the only upset you might see there is maybe Indiana over NC State, but I think you will see. I'm looking at 3-1s. I think 3-1s will get to the Final Four.
Well, I mean, it's loaded with 1s and 2s on the women's side. There hasn't been any big upset. No. So let me finish it out. Stanford takes on Missouri State. Louisville, okay, takes on Oregon, whatever you want to say. And Maryland takes on Texas. All right, let's go to the local colleges. Baseball. Savannah State Tigers baseball. They're up to a 7-6 start. Last weekend, they took 1 out of 3 against Albany State. They're in Albany. They say Albany in New York, okay? So on Monday, they went down to Jacksonville and played in the inaugural Jacksonville Diamond Classic. They lost to Ed Waters 7-6. They were leading, Chad, going into the bottom of the 8th, and they gave up 6 runs. They were leading 4-1. That's a heartbreaker.
It is. It's tough. When you play well all game long, and hey, one of the things that is baseball, man. The wheels come off. Hey, big deal today over there at Tiger Stadium on the campus.
Can I do this? State. I hope I'm out. No, you do this. I just got to do something. I don't want to be so loud, but it's homecoming. After 512 days, the Tigers are finally going to get to play at TA Wright Stadium. So I'm going to say it again. Homecoming. That's my golf voice.
You gotta give me golf.
We're on the 18th hole here too.
You gotta keep it quiet here. We got golf voices inside.
All right, so you tell them about Tigers football today.
So big Tigers football. They played 2 weeks ago, but now they, like Carl said, they get to be at home against Mill, Georgia.
Yep.
You get to do the color.
I'll be there. I get to critique my son. The real Coach DeMasi is the offensive coordinator, co-offense coordinator. Well, this Coach DeMasi gets to be the color analyst. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So the Mill, Georgia program was dropped. Now it's back, and they're moving to an NAIA level. So, hey, love the expansion of sports back in for Mill, Georgia in college. Savannah State gets to host them day. Would that wrap up their
Yes.
spring?
Well, no, there might be another scrimmage.
Yeah,
I think Coach Quinn said there might be one more scrimmage that they're looking towards.
Yeah, so all this is basically finished out the spring. So hopefully we get normalcy back into the round next fall with college football. You're seeing a lot of D2, a lot of FCA still playing this spring. So it's great to turn on the TV and see highlights of college football that's still going on at different levels.
Yep.
So great to see it. And
Hey, what more do you want? You got baseball, you got soccer, you got football, you got
golf.
lacrosse, you got golf. Hey, this is like Christmas to me, buddy.
It is, man. Let's talk.
Georgia Southern football opened up last Wednesday, started spring practice. They'll go a month. Their blue-white game is April 24th. I got a little ties there, too, because that's what my son went and played. So, Chad's Lunford's doing a great job. So we'll have Georgia Southern spring game April 24th up there at the pretty littlest
stadium
in the United States.
You got it.
Eric, you're killing me, Eric. Okay. All right. And, of course, Georgia has started spring practice. Georgia Tech, have they started? I haven't got any news on that.
I do not think so.
Okay. All right, so let's go step 3. With step 3 in the door, let's do professional sports and local news. So pro baseball, less than a week away.
Yeah, 1 week from first pitch in regular season baseball. So Atlanta Braves are 12-11 with 1 week left. They will move back into Atlanta, I think, for one game, and then they're on the road to start the season. They come back home. I think April 11th is their first opener in Atlanta.
April 10th.
April 10th. So
major moves yesterday.
Yeah, major moves today, making a scheduled start against the Twins on Friday night at Hammond Stadium. Bryce Wilson began preparing for possibly joining Atlanta's rotation during regular season's second full week.
Supposed to start on Friday, get sent down to the minors.
Wow.
So, all right, Wilson was optioned to the Braves' alternate training site Friday, unless someone gets hurt. That's where he'll start, okay? We got a backup catching battle here going on between William Contreras and Alex Jackson. Of course, Travis Denard.
Yeah, the one that we got in the trade.
Travis. Okay, Travis is going to be the starting catcher. Okay, so now we got to get a backup. So Contreras, his brother's big time with the Chicago Cubs, very good. But he's only batting 167, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. And Alex Jackson, they're battling for that backup spot. All right, today at home, the Braves against the Orioles down there in Florida, 6:05. Open, like Chad said, April 1st on the road. They play 6 games on the road, 3 games in Philadelphia, then 3 games in D.C., and then they come home to SunTrust Park. Is this Truist Park?
Truist. So we were up there last weekend with Hayes with football, and we were staying across the road from Truist Park. And the new logo, I mean, it's sort of like an anagram. It's like an upside down T in both ways. So it looks better. I mean, It looks better than what I thought. But Truist Park, I don't know if it's the same ring as SunTrust Park, but hey, you get used to it. It's still Brave Stadium is what I call it. It's in a beautiful area. The whole Battery place down there is continuing to grow. There's just more and more restaurants, more things to do. If you get down to the Battery real quick, they got basically a mini Topgolf inside the Battery. You go in, and it's like 6 or 7 basically alleys or areas. You can have food, drink, play games, swing, play. I mean, like tennis, golf, all of it. So it is greght.
I mean, it's got to be great. Okay, so now let's go to pro basketball. Atlanta Hawks are 22-22. They're half game back after the All-Star break, 8-game winning streak. Nate McMillan comes in. They dropped the last 2, but they won last night at Golden State. Next game is away tomorrow, okay, versus Nuggets. They're on an 8-game West Coast trip. Trade deadline, they got rid of Rondo. They picked up Lou Williams, who's been a 3-time sixth man. Okay, he comes in with 5,000 points, unbelievable pick. All right, pro football, don't forget, Falcons 4th in the NFL draft, April 29th. Last week, they brought back Young Wei Koo back. I mean, he was 37 for 39 field goals last year.
You had to bring him back.
He kicked 5 over 50.
You would take a lot of grief if you don't bring a kid like that back.
And where are we right now?
We're at the Landings Club. All right, Club Car Championship at the Landings Club. All right, got to make sure I say that.
We got to throw Korn Ferry in there, too.
Korn Ferry.
So,
all right. So we're getting ready to bring on one of the best guests.
Yes, this is going to be a lot of fun. Interviewed her 2 years ago and 3 years ago when she was running around helping out, and then she got named director.
We're going to ask her how many steps she's covered she thinks in a day out here. So pretty important.
Cheyenne Overby.
Without a doubt.
Gotta love that. Okay, local baseball world tour in Mobile, Alabama last night. The Animals did it again. The Party Animals beat the Bananas 2-1. Packed house. I watched it online. Unbelievable atmosphere.
How many people do you think they said there?
I didn't even hear.
Stadium, I think sits like 4,000.
There had to be 4,000.
So it was packed out last night. You're right. So once again, hey, baseball's back, sports are recovering, and man, it's great to be back out here. Spring's coming, it's here, and it feels like it as well.
Yep, and Biko said it. He was watching the cars while the game started. He was watching cars still coming in. So tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central Time, they go at it for Game 2 out there in the Hank Aaron Stadium in Mobile, Alabama, and it's banana ball rules. And tonight, our semi-pro football team, the Savannah Falcons, are away at the Carolina Spartans. So next up, we're going to talk to the director of the Korn Ferry Club Car Championship at the Landings Club. Did I get it right?
Korn Ferry Tour. You were really close.
Sorry, Korn Ferry Tour. I left out tour. Sorry. And that's Cheyenne Overby. We'll be right back in 3 minutes because you're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, usually.
Well, we are live from the Landings Club, but usually from Center Sports Universe, which is here today. See you in 3 minutes.
All right, just got to thank our sponsors.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson's Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back, Chad. Slide in.
I'm getting a little bit close.
There you go.
Okay.
Can you, let me slide this
Just
back
turn
a
the
little.
computer, or you can turn the computer.
There we go. Well, that's why we're both the AD and both the coaches, okay? Once again, welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. The Coach and AD live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Korn Ferry Tour Club Car Championship at the Landings Club. I got to get everything right. I want to give everybody their pub. And it's just a beautiful day. I mean, the sun's coming in. young lady right here needs those glasses to keep the sun out of her eyes, and it's just a great. And she's the director. She's been doing this since 2018. She's running around. They gave you the title in 2019, right?
18.
18. Okay, so once again, joining us on the Coach's Corner hot seat is the director, Cheyenne Overby. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And I'm apologizing. I didn't warn you that this would be live, internet stream. I know it's early in the morning, and Coach Griffin here has a lot of questions for you. But tell people how you got involved in golf. I mean, reading your bio, you were doing a lot of charity work, and then you jumped into the golf world.
Yeah, so the PGA Tour has a program to train tournament leadership. It's called the Tournament Leadership Initiative, and it was something that was developed under Commissioner Monahan, who realized that traditionally tournament directors had come from a heavy golf background. Maybe they played college golf, they had done operations in golf, and you don't necessarily have to come from that background to run a successful golf tournament. So they started looking for characteristics of their most successful tournament directors and probably some of their least successful tournament directors to figure out what people needed to do to succeed. And they developed a leadership initiative. So I don't have a cool tour story. I saw the job, thought it was cool, and here I am. I had never swung a golf club in my life before working in golf. We're big college football people. My dad played football at Florida State, and big sports family, but I was not really into golf. I went to the Players Championship in 2016. It's my first golf tournament ever. Fell in love with the sport and the fans for sure. The atmosphere of golf. Had no intentions of working in golf, so just kind of landed on my lap and I got lucky.
Work done foundation.
There you
She
go.
was a big part of it.
There you go.
Oh, I read your bio. I mean, FSU all the way. I mean, so
Big Knowles, big Knowles.
Is that where you're from, Florida?
I am. I was born and raised in Tampa.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
What
My in-laws are
we
from there.
graduated? What year?
2000 high school, college,
High school.
2006.
My wife's from St. Pete. But
Okay.
That's a while.
Okay.
She
My
grew up in
family
Got a
lives in
sister
St.
in St.
Pete.
Pete.
My family lives in Lutz, north of Tampa.
Okay. I lived in Little when I was young.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
small world.
All right,
It's all yours.
We've been talking a lot about locally and then nationally women in sports. So having a female director like this, how common is that? Or in your growth of what you've seen, and
Sure.
maybe a little bit, what do you see you going into as this growth? I mean, you just want to stay in the golf world, or is there other ambitions you have here?
Yeah, the women in sports conversation is always interesting. I think that in golf specifically, one, it's very important to the PGA Tour. So there's a group called Advancing Women in Leadership that's a part of the organization. The tour has what we call employee groups, and that's one of them. So making sure that women are identified and never unintentionally passed over for a job is a priority for the tour. Korn Ferry Tour specifically has more female leadership than most of our tours. So I think there are now 6 or 7 female tournament directors on the Korn Ferry Tour. So it's not common for sure. And it's, it presents its own challenges, and in some places it's definitely a benefit. And in some places, you just kind of have to
go with the flow.
smile and keep on rolling. So I don't know, you get a little bit used to it, but not very common for sure.
Well, then my next thing is we talked about this a little before you came on, is I want people to understand the timetable and preparation. We talk about this athletic directors. People show up on Friday night, they show up on game day, and everything looks great. Everything's ready to go, but no one understands what's the process that goes into it. I want our listeners and our people to understand, what is the process for you, and what is the timetable that looks like?
So it depends on which piece of the tournament you're looking at. But in reality, we operate what we call a 14-month sales cycle. So
Not 12,
not 12,
14.
14.
So prior to this tournament, we sat down 2 months ago and we talked about what's been selling well, what hasn't been selling well, what are we missing, what's the next new thing to introduce, what hole do we grow to. We have all those conversations. We build out all of our new pricing, all of our collateral, because yesterday we had an event at the tournament that we call a prospecting event. So anybody that has expressed interest but maybe hasn't seen the tournament, or we couldn't find the right deal, we bring them out to actually experience it. And so 14 months, that's where 14 comes from. And then next week, so we have a volunteer appreciation day on Monday with a reception and a double
Nice.
shotgun for our volunteers. And then we'll spend the rest of the week making sure we get everything off the golf course, we get moved out of their property. They're probably so sick of seeing us out here. And then we actually, the following week, we'll start sending out thank you emails, and we will start selling again. So it turns right into the next year. And you have to use the summer very well when you're a Q1 tournament like us. Summer is when we can dive into all of our data, do wrap-ups, look at, our earned media value, like really dig into that, evaluate our social media strategies. And then again, plan for what went well this year, what didn't, and how do we fix it? Or how do we improve it? How do we grow it, all of those things, because you really can't sacrifice the summertime. So it's busy year round. People often think that we travel to other tournaments, that it takes 3 months. I think people associate the build time with how long it takes to play in a golf tournament. But in order to be truly successful, if you don't leverage all 12 months, you've really set yourself up poorly. So.
And you're watching the Coach and AD on Karl DeMasi Sports Report live here from the Landings Club at the Korn Ferry Tour Club Card Championship. Karl DeMasi, Chad Griffin, and the director, Cheyenne Overby. Okay, I'm going to go to a different side. You know, he likes all the technical stuff. I like having fun. Okay, so you're here for the week or however long you're here. Favorite food here? Just like up at the Masters, favorite food has always been the pimento cheese.
Pimento cheese.
How about you? How about here at the Landings Club?
Oh, wow.
Or any golf?
The Landings Club has some of the best bacon I've ever had. So
Nice.
I actually, part of the chaos of our world, probably for the last month, I've had maybe 6 real meals. Like you just snack a lot. Nobody has time to eat. So I don't get to enjoy the food as much as everyone else, but I make a point to eat breakfast at least twice in there because they have really good, it's like thick, very well done bacon,
So
which is my favorite.
you're a breakfast person for dinner.
I love breakfast for dinner. Big fan of breakfast for dinner.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll go back now to the fans, okay? You've had 2 days under your belt, Thursday and Friday, the fans. Last year, you had no fans. It was just you and the workers and getting all your steps in and everything else. What's it been like with fans being here?
It's exciting. You know, it's interesting to operate a tournament with that limited capacity that we had last year. It doesn't actually save you a ton of work, right? So it was kind of the same amount of work. You traded off parts of not having such a build out with testing and thermal screening and all things, you know, health and safety wise, which were obviously very important. So the workload almost feels the same, but it's nicer when you get to have fans for it to pay off. So we're just excited. You know, we were a professional event prior to this new hockey team coming, the only professional event here in Savannah, and people enjoy that. And so for us not to be able to get to have them out, like that's hard, right? That's what we do for a living. So it's been really nice. Our fans have been really helpful with our health and safety policies, which has been great. And we're excited for today. You know, this is fan favorite Military Appreciation Day, and I'm sure there's all kinds of kiddos already crawling all over equipment.
Well, that's what we're talking about. That's one thing coming in that's so impressive. What you guys do is how you relate to the community. I got to watch a little bit of the program and then the kids clinic you've done as well. So talk about what makes it so important in the fabric you guys really lay into community involvement.
I think that's that can probably help explain why the tournament takes so long, right? So there's a finite number of golf fans in every market. People like golf, they don't like golf, they're not familiar with the sport. A number of reasons that you have X amount of golf fans in the market. We exist to be a community event. If we only target what we do to golf, we will not achieve those goals. And so almost all of our special events have been very intentionally and carefully created to attract different types of fans, right? So the Outrun Hunger for Kids Cafe 5K with Nancy and Ken Larson, that benefited Second Harvest, but it was to bring runners, walkers out here, enjoy a beautiful route for a 5K. The Kids Clinic obviously is targeted towards kiddos. We have a pros versus pros shootout because we wanted other club professionals to feel involved and to feel that they were a part of it. We had Executive Women's Day yesterday. We have Military Appreciation Day, Seersucker Sunday. I mean, it's like on any given day, there's 2 or 3 events going on, and that's very intentional because not everybody likes golf. And at the end of the core of what we do, it's a social event. It's a community event. We're here to impact our charity partners. We want to make as much money as possible so that we can give that money back out. So, you know, they're all with purpose, and we love them all, and they've kind of grown into their own life.
I mean, that's a great point right there. Not everybody's into sports.
Sure.
Not everybody's into sports. They're into the entertainment and what goes on around it. And you guys put on a great show here. One thing though, last time I was here though, this wasn't here. I could see the 18 hole, but I know you got fans coming in now, so it's a big difference. Yeah. When I was here 2018, I didn't come last year. That wasn't there. We were right there. You saw the guys coming down the fairway. It was unbelievable. So, all right. So you had some local flavor, Tim O'Neill, Reed Lauder. What are the local players bring? And you got some guys from Hilton Head. I don't go over the bridge much, so I don't know about the Hilton Head guys, but you know, the 2 local guys. I mean, and plus I think Shad Tootin from Armstrong. I mean, so what does it mean bringing in these local guys? Does that help?
Yeah, I mean, like I think your local community gets excited anytime they can see one of their own playing. So the credit for those really are not for us, right? Korn Ferry gave that exemption to Tim O'Neill. Club Car gave that exemption to Reed Lauder.
Nice.
Shad Tootin's just a member of the tour, but he came and did media day with us. So I think it's very exciting. I think it's exciting for the media and for sports to see that Savannah has talent that can play in an event of this caliber, and that this is a place where we are building professional golfers and professional players. I think that's very important. So, you know, for us, we're just glad they get a chance, right? We don't get to make those decisions, and we're thankful to Club Car and for Korn Ferry for valuing that and for, trying to help people take advantage of this opportunity.
Well, we talk about Korn Ferry and all the professionals that's come off the Korn Ferry tour onto the PGA tour from that standpoint. But coming to Savannah, it seems like, you have the RBC Heritage over there in Hilton Head. That's kind of after the Masters, and everybody just loves coming to that tournament. One, I think they decompress from the big event from the Masters, but Hilton Head is a beautiful place to be. How do the tour players for the Korn Ferry feel about coming to Savannah? Is it like their stop, one of their favorite stops on the tour?
Absolutely. I might be biased, I suppose, but
You can be
no,
biased.
Yeah, you
But
can be
listen, but
biased.
I think it's a real legitimate question about. There's just something different about Savannah, Georgia than other places.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, how do the players on the tour feel about, and their families about, this stop on the tour?
they love it. Our players are very kind. They often seek me out to tell me that it's one of their favorite events, that they appreciate what we do.
Nice.
I think Savannah's Southern hospitality is something, our tour plays a lot of remote areas, and they don't get to necessarily always be in a place that's I think the second largest tourist destination in the United States. So
Oh yeah.
it's a lot of fun. A lot of our guys have young families, and so they travel with them. They get to explore Savannah. There's always babies running everywhere. So they enjoy it. The food's incredible. And I think our guys all have different interests. I think people forget that, right? They're not just golfers. So Shad Tootin, for example, a big food guy, loves food. So he was out at Vic's on the River the other night. I saw him having dinner there. We have a guy who loves coffee, Max Rotluff, like a big coffee guy. So he went to Perk last time he was here.
Nice.
So, they get into the communities that they're at. They have their favorite stops. They have places that they always go when they're here, and they love being a part of it. So they love Savannah, love the tournament. They're grateful for the Landings Club. This golf course is in incredible shape for them every year. Club does an unbelievable job with dining, and our volunteers are amazing. They feel like from the time they step foot on our property, the time that they leave, that our players have a great experience.
It does. It seems like if you're a guy, and we know how minor league sports can be, where it's baseball and others, but I mean, I walk in here and I feel like this is a major tour event, like a PGA tour event. And that is such a credit to you and your team. And talk about how many volunteers it takes to make this week happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a number out there.
We have about 650 volunteers. So, people always say you and your team, and I hate that they're not the ones sitting in this seat most of the time. It's really just my face that people see. But our sales manager is unbelievable. He's been here since I hired him in 2018. Our volunteers are absolutely an extension of our team. We have 2 full-time staff. That's it. So there's no golf tournament without them. I can't be marshaling and running the tournament and helping feed our volunteers. Like, they do all of that, and our volunteers take such ownership. They're empowered. They make decisions. They audible decisions. Like, they're so capable of operating without us, and that's huge because that's really what leads to more resources. Our operations team is incredible. They're we contract with a company called H&S Sports, and they do an unbelievable job. And so there's a lot of people that make up this team, right? And we consider the Landings Club part of our team.
No doubt.
This golf staff's unbelievable. They've been taking care of us for a long time. Landings Club team does everything just top notch. So, our immediate team is 2 people. Our actual team is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
That's unbelievable.
So I got one more question for you, and I know I threw the food question at you. Breakfast lady right here, all day long, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I love
Okay,
breakfast.
so breakfast is a good time. Coach's Corner has a great breakfast
No,
Mondays through Fridays. Okay, got to plug that in there from 6 to 10:30. All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Okay, take the director's hat off.
Okay.
What's your most favorite part or experience of doing this tournament without being a director?
Ooh. So if I could be a spectator?
Yes.
I would map my day very specifically. That's a long answer. So,
No, it's
okay.
you're a director, so you have to have a plan. We're coaches, we have a plan. Yes.
So I'm not, we have 2 types of golf fans, parade style golf fans, and then people that follow. I'm not a parade girl. I like to see the whole property. And typically there's 2 or 3 groups I like to follow at tournaments. So our team goes to RBC Heritage every year. We also love it. It is a time for us to decompress. It's only a few weeks after us. Not a single person asked me a question. I don't have a radio in my hand, and it's a very lovely boat ride over. So I like to follow. I would pick a few groups. I would definitely spend a good part of my day at Schooner Cove, enjoy several dollar birdie beers. I'm not a big general admission girl, so I would have some version of a hospitality ticket. I would make my way there. I love par 3s. I love watching golf on par 3s.
Nice.
I would just have a good time. I would be involved in the social side of what was going on, but I love golf. So kind of balancing like being with friends and actually watching the sport.
So you've grown in the sport from not knowing one thing to
Oh,
the
man. I fell in love in 2016 for sure. And I knew a lot about golf.
Right.
I just had never played or had never thought about working in golf, but fell in love with the Players Championship in 16.
Nice.
I think our younger players have done a phenomenal job of engaging young fans.
Oh, yeah?
And that's something that used to be missing from our sport. And
Cool.
that's what pulled me in. So.
Well, on my part, you do a great job. I love coming here, and even though it's internet now and we're going live, and I'm sorry I didn't warn you. And it's just a great thing that you do, and how you not control, but how you coordinate. And like you said, there's two of you. You got to have the other 650 people if you're talking about it. So once again, great job, and Savannah loves it, and you're doing one heck of a job.
Well, hey, we thank you. We appreciate what you guys do to support the tournament. We can't do it without you.
I mean, it's all about local sports for me.
Thank
Hey,
you.
just once again, amazing job. I think I just want people to understand they have no idea what goes in. It's 14 months of preparation for these 5 days that happen, and it just continues to expand. You're a beautiful place. Everything's first class. So, hey, congratulations to you and your staff and the 650 volunteers that made this week possible.
Thank
A lady
you. I
that works
appreciate
14 months, not 12 months out of the year.
That's
14
right.
months out of the
That's
year.
right.
Not 24/7, probably 24/8 and 395 days. What it goes
Pretty
on.
close. Pretty close.
So once again, spectators are allowed in this year, right? I forgot to tell you that they can
Yeah,
come in,
absolutely.
still get tickets if they want.
Absolutely. Combine them at the gate.
Can buy them at the gate. Once again, it's going to be here all day today. Championship final round tomorrow. Once again, it's the Korn Ferry Tour. What's Korn Ferry, by the way?
Korn Ferry is a global consulting firm based out of Los Angeles. So a lot of executive placement, a lot of professional coaching, incredible company.
Learn something new today. Okay, Korn Ferry Tour, Club Car Championship at the Landings Club. Cheyenne Overby, the director. Thank you very much. And once again, go have fun.
Thank you.
I know.
Appreciate it. Thank
It
you
starts
guys.
Monday, right?
Thank you.
Sorry. All right, we'll be back in about 3 minutes. We got to thank our sponsor. Once again, it's the Coach and AD right here live from the Landings Club at the Korn Ferry Tour Club Car Championship. And who sponsors us?
Well, we are usually from Senior Sports University, Coach Korn, but this is Senior Sports University today. We'll see you in 3 minutes.
And it is the center of the universe today. Beautiful day.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw across the room. If you can, At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I apologize. Okay, welcome back to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live at the Landings Club for the
We're at Deer Creek Golf Course. You got that right.
Take 2. Welcome back to the Korn Ferry Club Car Championship at the Deer Creek Landings Club. Whatever. I'm trying to get the. I don't know if our volume is working, so let me just check. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. Okay,
Yeah.
it's
So
working.
we're at here. Here it is.
There we
We're
are.
at the Korn Ferry Tour Club Car Championship at the Landings Club, and we're playing on the Deer Creek Golf Course here. We just had tournament director here, which takes 14 months to prepare, not 12, 14 months. Cheyenne Overby does an amazing job. I've been in a lot of tour events, and you pull into this place, you pull in through the Landings Club. This is about as first class as it gets.
As it gets.
Sure the tour players, as they are coming in, it's like it has got to be the premier stop for them on the Korn Ferry Tour.
Oh yeah, it definitely is, and it's just a great event. I love coming here every year, and like Chad and I said, this is a year anniversary. What better way to celebrate our year anniversary being on the internet and doing the show live? Wednesday night, this is where we do our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. Somebody that's outstanding. People nominate their kids. Well, he didn't make the cut, but Savannah Country Day Junior, exceptional golfer on the Junior Rolex Tour. Reed Lotta came on, and we were hoping that he would be out there on the golf course, but he's not. But we were going to play his interview because he was excited. I mean, this was like
you could see it in his face. It was just an amazing time. He was so excited to get the sponsor exemption to be out here. It's his home course, and it won't be his first one. Let me tell you, it might be his first one, won't be his last on the tour. He has great aspirations to play in college and then play at the next level. He just loves golf, obsessed with golf, and so with no further ado.
Here's Reed Lotta. Out or the pub start trivia here every Wednesday night, overtaking Reed. So I shut off the mic. I didn't turn it back on. So thanks for reminding me, Reed. But anyway,
you're good.
I mean, how long have you lived at the Landings? How long have you played on this course? You held the course record until last year. One of the Korn Ferry professionals shot at 62.
Yeah.
Shot at 63. So how long have you been playing at the Landings?
Yeah, so I've been playing at the Landings since probably 7.5.
Thank you.
So that's
Thank you.
That's like basically 8.5 years out at the Landings. So yeah, no, it's definitely, I've played Deer Creek a million times, and so that's what will be nice for my first professional tournament. Being able to just experience it and on my home course makes it so much easier, so much more beneficial. I can hop in my car, take a 5-minute drive down to the course, sleep in my own bed, which is so much nicer.
Reed, and talking about that, like I said, it is your home course, and you played in a lot of tournaments, but this is your kind of first professional tournament, from what I understand. What do you expect the setup will be that might be different than what maybe you experienced in the past playing that course? Have you been able to maybe get a feel for what that setup is like, or maybe from Tim and past experiences, hey, it might look a little bit different than what it normally does when you got there and play an 18 on a Sunday?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, I mean, tee to green, it'll probably be pretty similar. And that's something that I've talked to with Tim, my caddy. My caddy's actually a guy that I play a lot with and at the Landings and blitzes on Saturdays. And we're very good friends. So I think that helps a lot. There definitely will be more nerves off the first tee, but that's like any big tournament. I've experienced that. I know how to handle that. But yeah, I mean, the greens are definitely faster than they are every, other day of the year. They're not running tournament shape most likely. So that'll be kind of the biggest change once I get on the greens and around the greens. The ball just reacts a little bit different. But that's pretty easy maintenance normally for me. Like that's what I do in my prep, and I did that all last week and this week in practice rounds. Just got used to that, so that's what made it nice. I didn't really have to get used to tee to green where these guys have to figure out the course. I could just work on the short game, which is nice.
And you're watching Wednesday Night Live, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, the coach and AD. We have a special Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. He's going to be playing Saturday over at the Korn Ferry Club Car Championship at the Deer Creek Golf Course in the Landing. So I figured, why not do this tonight? It's Reed Lauder Jr. at Savannah Country Day. All right, my question to you is, okay, I'm going to let you feel, we've been drilling you with the golf questions, but you being a golfer since you're 7 years old, what's your favorite food to eat on the golf course?
I'm kind of a simple guy. I'll probably PB&J, maybe some peanuts, some almonds. Definitely stay hydrated out there. Just with like a sports mix. It's called like Drip Drop. It's a electrolyte thing. That's normally what I'll eat out there.
So Reed, we talk about, your play out there at Lanes, but talk about high school, being at Savannah Country Day, playing golf for Savannah Country Day, and how that is, you said you had a great group of teammates around you. So just talk about Savannah Country Day golf for a little bit, tradition of it, and how your season's going so far with them.
Yes, sir. So our season's going really good. We took a loss last night. I wasn't able to play last night's match against BC. We did like a little match play tournament thing. So that kind of, I wanted to be there, but I couldn't with practicing for the Korn Ferry. But up to that, we were undefeated. We started really good. Our guys are playing solid. So I think our coach is pretty happy with where things are going. But the first couple tournaments, my first match, I didn't have my best stuff. I shot like 1 over. But then the last 2 matches, my game's starting to really get toned in, and that was kind of after I received the exemption. So I was kind of in a little bit of not a slump, but like I was struggling a little bit with my game. And I think that once I got the exemption, it kind of just made me refocus, and I went back to some things that I was doing before, and my game started clicking. So I ended up carding like a 2 under par, and then a 1 under, and then my last school tournament was 2 weeks ago, and I shot 4 under. So that was really solid.
So here you are, you're coming into the big Korn Ferry tournament this weekend, and you're talking about high school as a team. What is it like playing on a high school golf team? Are you guys really teammates, or are you really playing as individuals? How does that work? That's what I always wondered, because that's one sport I've never coached. I never coached a high school golf team.
Yeah, so golf being an individual sport, you kind of do have it's a little bit more independent to a certain extent. But I mean, we all get along pretty well together, and we'll do little matches and at practice and stuff, which I think is good. It kind of really kind of team bonding, kind of sort of to a certain extent. But when you're out there, it's on your own for every match. So it's kind of a little bit more of like less like a team sport. I mean, it's still an individual sport, and you're really just trying to beat your seed. So there's 6 seeds, 1, 2, 3, and so you're trying to. So I'm like the 1 seed, so I'm trying to beat all the 1 seeds out there. And if you do that, you're helping your team out the most. So yeah.
So Reed, I mean, people that play golf and maybe do it casually, for the rest of us that's not in it every day. I think the biggest thing with golf you see in the ones that are really successful is how their mental approach to it. And you kind of talked about that as well. It's really the 6 inches between your ears that makes a golfer. And I think that's any athlete, whether it's Tiger Woods or LeBron James or whatever. Yeah, you go have God-given ability, and you're going to be able to work at it, but the mental aspect of it. So kind of tell people or fill us in about your mental preparation, getting ready, whether it's to go out to practice, to play in a tournament for your team. You've had to get yourself to a certain spot mentally. And what does that mental preparation look like for you going into this?
Yeah, so going into this, I told myself kind of this week, you know, Tim's kind of a guy that, you know, he's been under the gun hundreds of times in Korn Fair events, PGA events. So he's kind of he takes kind of the chill approach. He doesn't really show up for practice rounds because he's seen Deer Creek a million times. But I kind of told myself, you know, this is my first professional tournament. I've played in Korn Ferry like pro-ams and stuff, so I know kind of how it works. I've watched some tournaments, but I needed to really kind of experience like what it is like inside the ropes. So I think this week was beneficial for me, kind of playing with players, picking their brains a little bit, and then just really just kind of talking to my caddy, getting used to staying inside the ropes, staying in the present, focusing on the shot at hand. And I think that'll be key for me because I'm very competitive. I think I'll use the fans to my advantage, kind of like a Tiger effect, which to a certain extent, which will be kind of a surprise for the guys that I'm playing with, which will be kind of cool. But at the same time, you really have to stay focused on golf. And that's the key. I think you can get all hyped up with, you know, this being a professional tournament and it's the big leagues. I mean, you're playing against great players. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, you got to kind of treat it like it's another 18 holes of golf. It's like Saturday with the boys. I mean, it's because, I mean, when I'm playing on Saturdays, I'm just as focused as I am in this. I mean, there'll be a little bit more focus, obviously, with this just because it's such a big tournament. But, I mean, I'm really looking forward to it, which I think will be key.
You know, and we talked earlier, you know, I had you on my show 2 years ago, 5'7", about 120 pounds. You're 6'1". How much you weigh now?
Yeah, I'm about like 160 now, so I'm getting up there. Yeah, my goal is to get to like 170. So by the end of the summer, so that'll be pretty cool to get there because then I think I'll be able to gain about 10 yards when I get to 170.
Oh,
so yeah,
he's only hitting it at 310 at 160. Why not add 10 more yards? But
it's a distance game. That's for sure.
Well, you talked about the mental aspect, keep your mind in the game, going out there doing the same thing every time. Now, since you've got bigger and you're maturing physically, have you got into any kind of weightlifting routine? You know, because now we hear, DeChambeau with all this weight training and everything else, and people are amazed on how far he hits the ball now. Have you started doing that also?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely took a look at it, and I am lifting weights. I've got a trainer out of California that I work with. He kind of gives me some stuff and I'll do some golf exercises. And I was always a big runner before golf. And I also did year-round swimming. And so I've kind of incorporated some of that into my training as well. But yeah, I mean, to go to DeChambeau, you look at DeChambeau and the media loves to kind of draw him up as this just bomber. But the thing that's interesting about it is, like, he's definitely changed his body and he's killing the ball. But the crazy thing is there's guys out there that hit it just as far as him. But the way that he does it, it's just, it looks like he's like, it's not effortless. He's just like trying to kill it. And it works for him. I actually kind of went through that. Like I said, I was in kind of sort of a slump. I tried to hit it too hard kind of, and I lost my mojo a little bit. It kind of what's going on with Rory McIlroy right now. He even said it to players. He got kind of phased by DeChambeau. It kind of happened to me, not really DeChambeau, but like I just kind of got obsessed with distance. And once I kind of got off that, I started working out in the gym pretty hard the last 3 months, and I probably gained about 10, 15 pounds, but I picked up probably, I'd say 5 to 7 miles an hour on swing speed, which was really key. And that's just like cruising speed. Like that's not like I'm trying to kill it. Which I think that was very beneficial for me because I mean, I've noticed even this week that I'm not any shorter than these guys, which is nice to see.
Well, Reed, let's talk a little bit about what the future might hold for you from that standpoint. You know, you're only a junior right now. I'm sure your summer's probably stocked full of, different tournaments. As you're getting to the point in your career, you start looking towards college as well. What's your goals and aspirations coming out of high school? Do you have dream schools? What does recruiting look like
for you already. You are a junior. And so, kind of what was the summer look like for you at scheduling wise? And what does college recruiting look like? What are your dream schools? Where do you want to go? Things of that nature.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So starting off kind of colleges. So I'm really I've narrowed it down kind of to 3 schools. Number 1 is Georgia right now. I'm really kind of very interested in Georgia. But I'm also very interested in Auburn. And they've shown interest in me too. Georgia has as well. So I'm talking to the coaches a good bit. Obviously the dead period kind of put a dampener in terms of going to visit, which that's something that my parents and I have kind of decided like we want to try to do. Because I think meeting the team and the coaches is just as important as just I think you got to do that before. You got to figure out who the teammates are, how they, how the coaches. And I think that's going to be important for me. But yeah, I've got a very busy summer coming up, which a lot of events. I'm really looking forward to it. After this event, I've got a bunch of school tournaments, and then really after the school season ends, it's kind of like go for me. But yeah.
It is a lot. You're watching Wednesday Night Live on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report with the coach and AD right here live from
Sierra Sports Universe live here at Coach's Corner.
And it's a special edition of the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week because I wanted to get this young man on Saturday, but hopefully he'll be teeing off somewhere on Deer Creek Golf Course. All right, so you talked all about these schools, but, there was a Hornet that played some very, very good golf. Went to South Carolina. Has he had any advice or any input maybe to help you get to college somewhere? Or maybe
yes, sir. Yeah, Mark Silvers. Yeah, he's been very supportive of me. And he kind of told me like, you need to go where you want to go. But he told me he'd be happy to reach out to the South Carolina coach. And it's not like I don't have any interest to go to South Carolina, but it's kind of I think being born in Georgia, raised in Georgia, I've been raised as a Georgia fan, so it's like it's hard. But yeah, I mean it's just such a cool process, and I think you really gotta just embrace it. But yeah,
and we're back, and as you see, the recording's going on for Reed Lauder. I'm going to remove it now. Went kind of long. It's 25 minutes long, and our next guest is waiting here patiently. And why not bring on another New Yorker? But Reed Lauder. Oh no, we got to do commercials yet. He's not ready. We got to get out of here, and then we'll bring back in. Sorry, the producer messed up the game. I forgot to tell Cheyenne that we were live, and I just messed these guys up too. We're cool. But anyway, Reed Lauder, great kid. I mean, shot 4 over, missed the cut, but he was so excited. As you can see, if you want to watch the full interview, just go to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report Podbean page, YouTube channel, and you can see Wednesday Night Live with the coach and AD with Reed Lauder. Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. Dr. Bart Wetherington, we appreciate you doing this every week, and for me, for every year since I've been doing this. But great kid.
Oh, without a doubt, he was so excited to be here. Talk about his preparation. He felt like he was really playing well coming to this event.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He said his first time really being inside the ropes, and he was really going to enjoy that experience and seeing what that was. And so, he's got a tremendous future, bright future as well. He's only, like I said, junior Savannah Country Day. He's talked about how his summer's filled with tournaments, talked about his recruiting already with Georgia and Auburn and a couple other schools. And he's got a great path laid out. He wants to stay in golf no matter what as it goes. And maybe Cheyenne can have an influence on him. Like, he wants to stay in golf. Listen to this lady.
She can help you out. She needs people.
That's right. Needs people.
All right. Next up, we're going to give you a lot of Savannah sports history. He's been here since 92. He got lost like me. He was only going to stay here for 6 months. I was going to try and go somewhere else, but I wound up here 25 years. He's wound up here 28 years. And the man used to write on all the golf columns for the Savannah Morning News. Now he went over to TV. He doesn't do much sports now. He likes to cook. He's cooking. So, but he does a great job, and that's Tim Guider from WTOC Morning Break. I got it right, and I surprised my paisan over there. He's Irish, but I call him my paisan, okay? When you can make eggplant parmesan and chicken parmesan on TV, pretty good guy, pretty good cook. So, but anyway, Tim Guider's up next to talk more about golf in Savannah, Georgia. Where are we from?
Live from Sierra Sports Universe today. It is here at the Langs Club Deer Creek Golf Course for the Korn Ferry Tour event. But normally we are Leonard Side Sports Universe at Coach's Corner.
Coach's
We are
Corner.
here today.
And
This
we'll talk
is-
more about.
This is the Center Sports.
We'll
Universe
talk about
today.
Coach's Corner after we get done. After we have our next guest on, Tim Geider. Up next, 3 minutes. We promise you.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson's Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone, capiche? If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live from the Korn Ferry Tour Club Car Championship at the Landings Club, the Deer Creek Golf Course. We got it right.
You got it, man. That was smooth as silk right there, buddy.
We're here every Saturday morning, usually from
Center Sports Universe, Coach's Corner.
the Sound Garden.
Sound Garden.
But now, we're here live and we're having a lot of fun. I've been doing this for 3 years. Well, I didn't come to the last one because there were no spectators allowed and it was tough to get in. But I was here at the first one in 2018. And you don't want to believe it was like 20 degrees colder that Saturday. I mean, we had jackets on. I mean, I had my gloves on. Dan Marino isotonic gloves. You'd love that too. So, but anyway, why not bring in the man that's been part of the sports scenes here since 1992? He'll tell you he was only supposed to stay here for 6 months, but some young lady caught his eye, and he's been here forever. Now his kids are bulldogs. Okay, so but anyway, Tim Geider from WTOC Morning Break. Got it right for the first time ever, but yeah, Tim Geider. So once again, another Paisan, Staten Island, Long Island. There's a work here from Buffalo. He says we're not part of the New York State, so I don't know what that's
He's
all
claiming the only football team in New York.
Buffalo.
Which he's technically
He's
right.
probably right. at
I
this
should have
current
came
moment.
back. The only team that lost 4 Super Bowls straight.
The only New York team who has not won a Super Bowl.
There you go. Okay, so, but anyway, so this is unbelievable. Tim.
It's great. It's a great week every year. As you mentioned last year, we couldn't do this. We were able to see the event, cover it, but you couldn't get too close to it. Now things are getting a little bit more back to normal, and it's great. These players are so talented, and this is a big time event. I mean, people think the PGA Tour is far and away from Korn Ferry. It's not. There's a razor thin difference between players on the PGA Tour and players on this Korn Ferry Tour. It's more a matter of consistency.
Right.
PGA Tour players can usually play well 4 days in a row. Players out here might have a mess up one day during the tournament. Once they get that figured out, that consistency down, they move right up.
I'd like to come with and mess up every day if I could.
Yeah, in this setting,
I mean,
too bad,
it's
right?
unbelievable.
And it's a $600,000 purse, so they're playing for some money out there.
Oh, just chump change, right?
Well,
Exactly.
that's the thing I think we've seen the growth in, and the fact that these guys now can almost make a living, doing this now. So I mean, $600,000 purse, unbelievable corporate sponsorship. Definitely one of the best stops on tour. So in your time here, we talked about a little bit off camera. What has the growth of professional golf been like in Savannah over your time?
It's been unbelievable because when I first got here, there was a TC Jordan Tour event out in Rinkin. And that was the closest professional golf came to Savannah. TC Jordan became the Hooters Tour, which is still around.
Right.
And the golf course, Willow Peg Golf Club out in Rinkin, became Lost Plantation. So neither of those entities are still around. But way back in the day, long before I got here, they would have some professional events down at the Sheraton, which is now the Wilmington. Well,
now the Savannah
Country Club. So that's even changed a couple times. But that was a one-off thing every couple of years. They would have an event down there. And then the Legends showed up probably around 2005.
2005, yep.
Yep, in that area.
Stayed for 11 years.
Yeah, it was 11 years, and it was fantastic.
Oh,
it was a
I
great
loved
event. It was very popular with fans.
Those were all my guys when growing up. I mean, I got to hold the microphone for Tom Watson. I mean, I wish I would have saw Arnie, but he never came down for it.
So yeah, Jack, thanks you too. But Jack Hall, who's a fantastic local golfer.
Jack Hall and Danny Nelson.
Danny Nelson, yeah. Jack's out here volunteering this week, having fun. But so anyway, after about 5 years after the Legends left, Savannah had proven itself as a home for professional golf. And the PGA Tour, which is kind of over all of these, Korn Ferry, Champions Tour, wanted to get back in this market. And this kind of fell, and the Landings developed an interest in wanting to promote its property through having a professional tournament, and everything kind of just fell in place. And a major part that fell in place this year is right on the other side of this camera. All the club car signs that we're seeing out there, because title sponsorship is the lifeblood of professional golf. And this event was secure and popular, but you don't know how long it would have stayed without title sponsor, because tournaments go where they are going to be sponsored. And if Savannah couldn't get one, we weren't going to keep an event very long. But now Club Car is here, signed a 5-year deal in December. They have already said, this is not a 5-year deal. We're here long term. They're just up in Augusta. They're an Augusta-based company. They are in a property where half of the people here use their product.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So that's very important to them, that they're in a place that golf carts are transportation. It's more, people use their golf carts here at the Landings more than to play golf. They take them to the Publix. They go to the park. They do everything in their golf cart. That was very interesting to Club Car. And it's great for this tournament to have a golf-specific sponsor as well, because we see some of the sponsors out there and we don't know who they are.
Yeah.
I learned who Korn Ferry was today. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I learned when we were getting one of those tours, I had to look that up. Oh, actually, they changed the name because it used to be web.com.
Web.com, that's right.
When Korn Ferry picked up the sponsorship of the tour, I said, Korn Ferry, looked it up, and then it's a financial.
Yeah, consulting firm.
Yeah, consulting firm. So, but
it's big time.
Yeah, so Savannah now, I mean, when I got here, Savannah didn't really have a history in professional golf. Had professional golfers. Gene Sowers has spent 20 years on the PGA Tour, but as far as having big time professional golf year after year tournaments here, it really didn't exist. The Heritage was the closest thing.
Yeah. Well, do you think this is all because the growth of the Savannah market? This used to be just a deep south southern gym. People knew Charleston, Savannah, but now Savannah from a market standpoint and from a job standpoint, just in growth with the ports and JCB and the money is here now in Savannah in the deep south industry. You look around, that growth and from a monetary standpoint, it's got to just be a huge pull, because now Savannah with social media and just the TV market in general, that's how to allow corporate sponsors to look at. Savannah is a destination place, top 10 place to be, one of the best destinations in the country to travel.
How has that all played into just the growth of golf in the area?
It was a major factor because I think the Savannah business community surprised everybody by how well they supported the Legends. Because a lot of local business would get pavilions, would do client entertaining there. And that continued out here. The client base out here is fantastic. There's a lot of representation from Chamber of Commerce members, from local businesses out here during the week, at least Thursday through Sunday. And so that was a big part of it. But really what shot Savannah up in the eyes of the kind of the golf universe was how much the players loved coming here during the Legends. You know, the big joke is every tournament players go to, they'll tell the local media, this is our favorite spot. We just said, yeah, but they mean it when they come here. And they did. I mean, you know, because again, it was a different world over there. They were staying on Hutchinson Island. They'd hop on the ferry, go to dinner downtown, go to get dinner together. But these players will tell you the same thing about how much they love coming to Savannah. These are younger guys. They're, you know, not going out and having parties every night like some of the guys on the other tour are, but they like going to the downtown restaurants. They love playing in this beautiful setting.
Definitely.
And we hear every year from guys coming back here that this is one of their favorite stops, if not their favorite stop on the tour. Big part of that also is this Deer Creek course, which is tremendous and always in spectacular shape. It looks better this year than it has in any of the previous 3 years.
It's funny because when I first got here, I was working at Jenkins High School. That's where I started. And one of the teachers, I wish I could remember her name, special ed teacher, and she owned the house out here. And she says, come with me one afternoon. We'll go play some golf. I said, sure. I mean, up in New York, you couldn't get on a golf course. I said, yeah, I'll come with you. So we wound up playing Deer Creek, and we ate lunch in here. It was unbelievable. And I said, you know, of course, I probably shot it probably 200, but I mean, it just, I don't know how many balls I lost in the water. So
there's a good bit of water on Deer Creek.
Yes. So, but I remember. So, but it's just a great place to be. So, all right, you're watching the Coach and AD on Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're live from the Korn Ferry Tour Club Car Championship at the Landings Club at the Deer Creek Golf Course. We got the man himself, Tim Gattera, the AD, Chad Griffin. Okay, I had to ask Cheyenne this, Overby. All right, you live out here. You come here all the time. The smell is unbelievable. Favorite food when you come here?
You know, I don't.
You told us your master food. Okay.
Exactly.
You didn't bring any with
here
us
at the tournament.
Here at the tournament, your favorite food?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to kind of use the concession stands out on the golf course, just kind of support the locals.
Right.
So anything I can get out there. I did have a Chick-fil-A sandwich on the course yesterday. It was pretty good. But right when we come in, you pass the big tent over there. I got to give a shout out to there's volunteers over there. That is where they serve breakfast and lunch to 600 volunteers every day. Both ladies and men, mostly ladies, are there from 6 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. They're off the clock at 3 for their volunteer jobs. They're off the clock at 3. They're still there at 5 o'clock when people are leaving. And then, you know, if you want something to eat at that time, they'll get it for you. So I go by and see them every once in a while. Had a cup of coffee coming in this morning with them. But
you like that cup of coffee? You know, he knows how to say
coffee.
It.
Coffee. But I mean, the food everywhere is great, and the restaurants and the clubhouses are great. And the players are eating in the clubhouses during the Deer Creek clubhouse during the week. And they just rave every year about how good the food is. So
you eat some hot dogs too on a golf course, don't you?
I will, yeah, sure.
They're rolling and rolling and rolling. So,
well, you know, going back to just your history in golf and what that looks like, you know, what do you project the future? We talk about, you know, after the Masters, the heritage is I think it's one of those things as well for the tour players. They can decompress a little bit, come down to Hilton Head. It's almost like a vacation for their families. What do you see as the future of the growth of golf? We know the talent level of golf in Savannah is tremendous. What do you see the growth of golf as far as this event and other things coming to Savannah for the future?
Well, I tell you, these 2 weeks are really going to give Savannah a boost because not this year, but a lot of years, this is the week before the Masters. Heritage is the week after the Masters. Everybody's watching the Masters. So you kind of get that bleed over into both weeks where the interest is there. And maybe some folks will say, hey, I'm going to go out and watch the young guys the week before the Masters. Or, hey, so-and-so from the Masters is going to be at Harbortown next week. I'm going to go over there. And we've already seen last year when that was the second event back after the pandemic. They got everybody wanted to play. So they got all the top players. A lot of them are coming back.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we've seen so many big names already announced there. So whether or not that means, well, actually what it means going forward is the local professional golf community is already growing because there's another tournament coming back here in the fall. This is going to be, Deer Creek is going to be the host site for the final round of the Club Car. It's basically their qualifying tournament, which is played 3 weeks at the end of the year. And the final stage, when they pick the 25 players who will be moving from the Korn Ferry Tour up to the PGA Tour, because 25 guys go up every year. It's going to be right here,
awesome.
and that's a
awesome.
4-year or 5-year contract
We
already.
finally got rid of that Q school stuff. Oh,
Q school was fun, but this is
fun but confusing.
But this is good for us,
Right,
because
right.
it's all going to happen
It's right here.
You know,
Nice.
and it will be. It's not just going to be 25 guys. It's a full tournament, a full
Right.
field tournament. But the top 25 finishers from that
So it's
series
like a
at the
FedEx
end.
Cup
Right.
type environment.
It's compressed into
Nice.
it's Q school over 4 weeks,
Right.
3 or 4 weeks, and the last of those weeks is here. So
Right.
we get the end result here when the final putt drops on Sunday here. We know 25 guys from the Korn Ferry Tour who are going up to the
let me
PGA
ask
Tour.
you this from a golf perspective for me to understand. Like, so the guys, let's say they're on the PGA Tour, that might be at the bottom, they drop down back to the Korn Ferry, and these 25 come up. Is it like promotion and stuff like that? Or is
Yeah.
it based totally on money?
Well, it used to be money. I mean, the money list, they about 10, 12 years ago, they got away from doing everything on money, and they had the FedEx point list. So now everything is points, and I don't think anybody understands how the points are earned. I don't understand how the points are earned, but
Right.
this total is higher than that total. So the top 125 point leaders, it used to be money winners on the PGA Tour, keep their tour status. They're full-time members. The next 25 to 50 guys have limited status based on where they fall on the list. If you're 126th on the list, you are going to get in a lot of PGA Tour events next year. Because what happens is you got 125, then the 25 from the Korn Ferry, and the next, say, 25, 126 down to 150, you alternate them in. It goes number 1 Korn Ferry 126, number 2
Gotcha.
Korn Ferry 127. So it brings it down. There's a pool of 200 players that will have some status on the PGA Tour and get into events, because not everybody plays every week.
Exactly.
So, and there's 144 players in every event. So there's positions for a lot more players than are fully exempt. And that's how these guys will get in there. But yeah, so what happens is, Carl was mentioning the qualifying school, the guys who fell out of the top 125 would go to this tournament at the end of the year as a 5-round tournament, and you were playing for your livelihood.
Right.
And if you finished in the top, whatever that was, 25, 50 in the qualifying school, you got some conditional status there.
Nice.
But now they don't have that anymore. It's all based on you go back down to the Korn Ferry Tour if you lose your status. And if you're 126 through 150, you have full status out here on the Korn
Nice.
Ferry Tour. Conditional status, or on the PGA Tour, and you can go back and forth. So that's why we see there's 20 guys in this tour in this tournament this week who have played on the PGA Tour for years. I mean,
Right.
Tommy Gainey, Ali Scheidengans were on the first page of the leaderboard 3 years ago at the Heritage.
Wow.
Either one of them could have won the Heritage, and if you win a tournament, you get a 2-year exemption. You don't have to worry about that top 125. I mean, there's guys, again, there's probably, when you looked at the tee sheet on Monday, you probably saw 25 names of guys saying, I saw that guy playing on TV 2 years ago, or 10 years ago. I mean,
Right.
Steve Marino was on the PGA Tour for 10 years, 10 years ago, and just great players. It's so competitive, and there are so many great players,
Right.
At the PGA Tour level, at this level, that it's really difficult to stay out there as a full-time PGA Tour member. So that's why we see a lot of guys going back and forth.
Well, I think you looked at what like Brian Harmon, what he's been able to do,
Right.
And I mean, constantly he's getting better and better each year.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
moving up, and I mean, it's fun to watch him and cover him as well.
He's having a couple of great weeks too.
Right.
Third at the Players, and then he is actually one of the final 16 going into the weekend at the Dell Technologies Match Play event
Right.
out in Austin, Texas. He's got as good a chance to win that as anybody.
Perfect segue. Okay, so tell me, are we going to see? And you are the Masters, the Augusta Masters man. I mean, you did so many shows from there. Does he have a shot at making it this year? Now, from what I researched, you have to be in the top 50 of the money, right?
Top 50 in the world rankings.
Right. And
In
right
the
now
world
he's at number
rankings.
39 with that big third place finish
Right.
2 weeks ago.
Yep. Yeah. And you have to be in the top 50 the week before the Masters.
Does he have a
Sure.
shot?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Actually, he's got a shot to win this week because basically.
So if he wins this week, he's it.
Yes, because the Masters also takes all the tournament winners.
Okay, good.
So the So he has up until the week before the Masters to win.
Okay.
And I tell you, he is in position. Match play is a little bit different than stroke play. You don't add up all your scores. It's hole to hole, and whoever wins more holes wins.
That's my type of game.
Well, Brian is a very good match play player.
Right.
It's
like college, isn't it?
Right. He was 2 Walker Cups, Palmer Cups down in Sea Island. A lot of college golf is played in match play.
Yes, it is.
And Brian's very good at that because he's a great putter and because he is so dang competitive. He's just not going to lose at certain times. I know we're kind of getting a little off the subject here. But on Wednesday, the first round out in Austin, Brian makes 8 birdies, shoots 7 under par, and loses his match to Patrick Cantley. Wow. Probably the only player in the field who would have beaten him that day. But that's just how the draw is. It's just like the NCAA tournament. Your draw determines how how you do. So they end up it's all 16 groups, and then 1 player comes out of each group. Cantley and Brian are in the same group. They are tied at the end of pool play. Right. So they go to a playoff. Brian beats Cantley in the playoff yesterday. So he advances, Cantley does not. But that goes back to just his determination and his competitiveness. He went to that playoff knowing this guy got me Wednesday. He's not getting me again today.
Yeah, I heard from Brian's friends back in the day when he was at Savannah Christian. In gym class, he was so competitive playing basketball, and his second love is basketball. But they said they didn't want to play with the guy because he'd do anything to win on the basketball court. So it goes. And don't forget his coach Doyle Kelly, a little feisty guy himself too. So
first time I saw Brian play golf was the day after he played terrible. It was middle school golf match. I'd been hearing about this kid who was shooting crazy scores. So let me go out and watch this kid play. There was doesn't play well at all. The night before, he pitched a no-hitter in a Little League baseball game. So his arm was hurting.
Wow. You're watching the Coach and AD on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning live from the center of
Sports Universe, Coach's Korn, but we are here at the center of Golf Sports.
You take it. You give them the label.
Korn Ferry.
Right.
Korn Ferry
Tour.
Club Car Championship at the Deer Creek Golf Course.
In the Landing Club. So, we got to be, we got to give
4 things there.
And we're talking to the man from Morning Break on WTOC, Tim Guidera. All right, so we just went off on Brian Harmon, local flavor, great segue. Tim O'Neill, Shad Tootin, Reed Lotter, and there's a couple of guys coming over from Hilton Head. What does this mean to these local players? Having something right here in their backyard.
It means everything to them, but it means a lot to this tournament too, because it's a big professional event, but it's still a local event.
Right.
Local people want to come out and watch it, and they want to see somebody they know. And so we had people following Reed yesterday. We had people following Tim O'Neill yesterday. We had people following Jonathan Grizz from Hilton Head, high school player, shot 5 under par in a Monday qualifier against
to get in
an entire professional field, and plays his way into a professional event, one favorite event. And also coming back here this week is Chris Blanks. Chris was one of these guys who was on the PGA Tour for a couple of years, dropped back down. He played at the Heritage a couple of times. He's dropped back down to the Korn Ferry Tour. Chris was a head pro, or not a head pro, was a club pro right here at Deer Creek 20 years ago, 18 years ago, and wanted to go back to playing tour golf. And the story he tells is when he turned 30, his wife said, "You got to get a job." So he got a job here, but he kept playing tournaments. He played a Hooters Tour event here in Savannah and won it.
Nice.
And some Landings members got together and said, "Okay, we're going to kind of give you a little help, get out there," and because it costs money to try to make it on any tour.
Right.
And so you got to start here, and won a couple events, made it to the PGA Tour, and he's still playing tour golf. And he's hired a caddy who used to work at Deer Creek with him.
And if you want to see the whole story, go to WTOC. He's also a special reporter besides being the co-host of Morning Break. A great story, and Chris Blanks, I forgot all about that. I watched the story last night. And then so you're out here for WTOC. What are you doing?
Well, now talking to you, but well, the leaders will go off at 12:42. I think is the last group off. So we'll follow them today. Once it gets to the weekend, it becomes about the golf.
Right.
Early in the week, it's a lot of the ancillary stories. It's the sponsors, it's the volunteers, it's all the things that go on around the
Cheyenne,
golf.
Overby.
Exactly, Cheyenne. The weekend it becomes about the golf. Although today it's about
Military Appreciation Day
so
today.
We obviously will do something on that. Right. And I'm hoping Reed comes back to the course and watches today. Because he didn't make the cut. He had a great week.
Right.
16 years old. out there playing against professionals, his first time doing what I'm sure he probably hopes he does for a living
Right.
at some point. I think he actually is the 8th youngest player to ever do that.
Wow.
To play in a PGA Tour sanctioned event.
Nice.
Second youngest Savannah, actually, because I think Brian was younger when he
Younger
played
when
in the
he played.
Heritage.
Okay.
But he won the Players Amateur, which used to give, it's not around anymore, but that used to give you the invitation
Right.
to the Heritage.
We'll talk about what's cooking. What's cooking on your show? What's
You
going
know,
on?
I haven't cooked this week because I've been out here. Well, the last 2 things I did were corned beef related because it was St.
St.
Patrick's Day.
Patrick's Day, yeah.
I went out to a Geechee Meat Market.
Ooh, great place.
Yeah,
Great plug right there.
fantastic.
That
They're
without a
between
doubt.
Richmond Hill and Savannah
Right.
on
Mhm.
17,
Oh,
and they brine their own corned beef. Wow. So I went out there and talked with Matthew, and he brought us through the process, and then I brought corned beef home and made just straight corned beef and a kind of a sandwich that I usually do on it. And then the next week, I had some corned beef left over because I don't eat it once during St.
Oh,
Patrick's
no,
Day.
no,
I
no.
eat it like 10
Yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I make it almost every other day during the 3-week season.
Yep.
So I did corned beef hash.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah. So
But
now
they
I
won't-
got to get back out of the corned beef phase.
That's yeah. They won't let us grub at Coach's Corner because Rubbin' and Grubbin, our NASCAR show. This
that's
guy-
our fault.
this guy is a
we've not-
tease.
We've not.
Every time I watch his little
incorporated-
segments, he's doing food.
we've
Well,
not
I-
incorporated anything to our show, Carl. That's
We gotta
what
start doing
We
that.
got to incorporate or find another sponsor or somebody who's going to feed us during the show. We can just be like,
I'm
this.
holding you to Zeppelis, though.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to make those someday.
Well, if you want to try them, April 10th at Rockies, New York Deli.
You're doing them out there?
3-year anniversary. I'll be doing it. We're going to do the show from there, and I'll be out front cooking.
April 10th. That's,
Masters weekend.
I was going to say, it's Saturday, the
That's
Masters.
probably where you're going to be.
You know what? We're not going. We're covering tournament remotely again.
Okay.
They have very limited access up there again this year. Limited spectators, limited media. But they provide us all the information we
Right.
need to cover the
Right.
event. A lot of interviews they'll send us, and so we will have coverage of the Masters, and we will be at the Heritage.
Send your wife over to Rockies, and I'll buy your 5 Zeppelis. Okay?
I want you
5
to
for
ma-
$5.
I want you to make them on camera. That's what
I'll make them on camera, but you got to have them fresh. He'll tell you. You got to have them
Oh,
fresh.
I know.
Friends,
Yeah.
they're
I mean,
fantastic.
you let them sit overnight. The sugar eats away at the dough. It's
Overnight, you can't take them out of the. Well, I'm used to pizzeria.
Right.
You know,
No,
not the deli.
No, we
But-
save them overnight. So.
Do
But,
you really?
yeah, but they're not the same.
No.
It's not the same. Not the same. All right, quickly, let's turn corners here, okay? He really is a baseball fanatic, but he's not going to let you know, okay? All right, we're coming up. Play ball in less than 7 days now.
April 1st.
April 1st. So you excited about it?
I love baseball.
First-
I watched more baseball last year during the pandemic than I have in the last several summers, and I am just so
Korean
ready.
baseball?
No, I did
You
not
didn't watch the
I did
Korean
not watch
baseball?
Korean baseball. No. I waited for the major leagues to come back, and I watched a lot of that. We were all home. I don't know what we were gonna do, but I got really excited for this season, and the Yankees should be in position to win the East again. We'll see.
Right.
I'm not crazy about the idea of them sending Davey Garcia down to the minors
Yes.
yesterday, but we'll see. They just got to stay healthy. They've had so
That's
many
what it
injuries
is,
for
healthy.
so many years. So Braves, I think,
This
favorite
is
to win
his
the NL
second
East,
favorite team, Braves, just like me.
and favorite to win the NL
Oh,
East,
yeah.
which might be the best division in baseball this year. Mets
Totally agree.
did a lot of
Totally agree.
upgrading.
I think it's the toughest division, top
It
to
is.
bottom in baseball, and I think anybody sleeping on the Marlins and not mounting those guys, they will get a rude awakening.
Yeah, and Washington still got all that pitching, and the
Right.
Phillies have
Got
done a
bats,
lot.
they got bats.
They've done a lot over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
so
they're picking up people.
that's going to be interesting to see. So, but the Braves lineup, if they hit like they have the last couple of years, it's going to be tough to beat.
All right, last one locally for me. Last one for me. He might have an order for you. Okay, Savannah banana ball. You like it?
I love it because
It's the rules
I
we
mean,
grew up with.
but you just go into the stadium
Right.
to have fun. I
Right.
mean, it's about the baseball.
Yes.
It's about the entertainment. It's about sitting there having a hot dog with your family, with your friends, watching whatever's going on. I mean, watching the first base coach dance, watching the players come up into the crowd and give flowers to people. I want to have a good time when I go to Grayson Stadium, and you have a good time when you see that.
All right, now I'm talking about banana ball rules.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
All right, every inning counts. So if you score 2 runs, I score 1, you get a point.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it-
Match play.
Okay, match play. Okay, only 2-out time limit. Okay,
Right.
you can't step out of the batter's box.
I love that.
Okay, no bunting now.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. Okay, batters can steal first base if it's a wild pitch.
That seems a little bit weird to me.
But they do it in the International League.
Do they really?
Oh, I watched it happen to my son a couple of times. Okay.
Now
Uh,
it's not. You're not talking about on a pass ball and
Pass
first
ball.
strike.
Pass ball
Any pass
anytime.
ball, you can
Anytime
go
you can
first
take
base.
off and steal first base.
A slugger's not going to do that because he's going to stay there and he wants to see the next pitch and hit a home run. But maybe a singles hitter's going to do that.
Okay, no walks allowed. That
How do you
means
work that out?
okay, ball 4.
You got to swing.
No, ball 4. The guy takes off at first base. The fielder, the defensive team, has to throw to every player except the pitcher and catcher, and get the guy out of the base or the guys at the base that's safe.
That's too confusing. Now, this is not happening during the season, is it?
No.
The exhibition
This is
games
their
that-
premier team,
Right.
their exhibition
They
team.
hire some
This is what they're
guys
doing
who-
in Mobile, Alabama.
Right. The
for
minor
next-
leaguers
right.
who lost their
Right.
teams last year, they need a place to play.
All right, so 2 hours are up. You
I
got
love
2
that.
points. I got 2 points. We go to a tiebreaker.
Home run derby.
And no, I got to see the sense of this one. Catcher, pitcher, and a bat. Batter hits the ball. Nobody else is on the field. Batter hits the ball. Pitcher has to hit the ball, and they have to get the batter out before he gets home.
I love that. That sounds like fun.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's almost like automatics we used to play growing up.
That's what I'm saying. Automatics.
But you got to go get the ball.
You got to go get the ball.
So
back.
that adds
Okay.
a whole new element to it.
This is number 8. No mound visits allowed.
Perfect.
I mean, the guy last night was struggling for the party animals, but nobody came out there to talk to him. And I love this one. I know you love this one too. But if a fan catches a foul ball, you're out. And they were chanting in the stands last night in Mobile, Alabama, foul ball, foul ball, foul ball. It was great.
But now what that brings into play is if you're a Bananas fan and you're watching here in Grayson, you got to drop the ball if a banana hits it. You catch it if the other team hits it, but you got to drop it if the other team hits it, which means you might not get the ball back because somebody else is going to dive at your feet and catch it. But I like that. I like a lot of those rules. The walk, throwing the ball around the field thing is a little bit.
You got to see it. It's really.
I'm sure it's fun.
It's
fun,
fun,
but I'm sure to pick up on it, it takes a couple times to happen before.
But it's glad that old stadium is rocking and rolling again, right?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's we don't want to bad talk anybody, but it was a silly idea to think about building a $30 million stadium here for a minor league baseball team when this is so much fun.
Oh yeah.
What we have now, it's not professional, and it is
They're doing it all over the United States. My brother lives in Danville, Virginia. They did away with the Danville Braves. There's a wooden bat league coming in doing the same thing the Bananas are doing.
Staten Island Yankees are gone.
Staten Island Yankees,
So,
Lynchburg Hillcats, who my son Dom won a what league is that? Not the South Carolina, the Carolina League. I don't know, but he's got a ring because he was the last team to win a championship there.
wow.
Yeah, 42 teams went downhill.
Yeah.
Americana.
Well, I mean, they had to streamline. I mean, they didn't get any money last year.
Yeah,
Major league teams, and I think they were kind of bloated in their development budgets anyway.
Yeah.
So they had to streamline.
That's it.
Last
man.
one for the man?
No, that's good. He's cooking up. We put him on the grill.
What's fun about having Tim on? The man, I mean, he's just shooting off names that played here 25 years ago. I mean, it's unbelievable how you can remember all this stuff. So
Yeah, I
it's
don't
part
know.
of it. He'll tell you he loves cooking, but sports is his first love.
But I can't tell you what I had for dinner last night. Right?
So, once again, Tim, always a pleasure. Great
It's
job.
fun.
Love watching you on TV. And of
April
course,
10th, Zeppelis.
April 10th
There you go.
at Rocky's New York Deli. I'll be making Zeppelis. Come in and see what us New Yorkers love to eat, and even this guy from the South loves it too.
doubt,
So,
man.
but keep up the great work and
Thanks,
enjoy
guys.
you coming on.
This is a lot of fun doing this. I love the show, and
I
love that
appreciate
you're doing it, coaches. Got to say happy 30th anniversary to Coach.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Right.
Happy 30th to Coach's Corner. The Coach's Corner Sports Network has 5 shows now. 3 go live. Okay, you got Rubbin' and Grubbin' on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock. Then you got Wednesday Night Live with the Coach and AD at 7 o'clock. We come back Saturday mornings. Then we have 2 podcasts. You got to check out my podcast. You got to give me some pointers, okay? We got Hot Grits Podcast with Spencer Maddox and Travis Janon. They talk all sports. They're getting carried away with the Atlanta Hawks now, but they're into the Hawks now, okay?
Yeah.
But I brought back my Who's on First baseball podcast
Oh, cool.
with Kyle Lawson. So we have 5 shows, 2 podcasts. It's a lot of fun.
So what day of the week you talk baseball?
We do it Wednesday nights.
Wednesday,
We
and
post it
just
Wednesday.
all levels of baseball? Or?
We keep it. We start out with a division focus, then a Braves focus. Okay, then local baseball.
Excellent.
You know, minor leaguers, Savannah Bananas, and then we do trivia. Maybe you might know this. I know we're supposed to get out of here. I'll make this last one. All right, 1968. There were 2 MVPs. One from the American, one from the National. Who were they? 1968.
68. I was 4 years old. So I'm going to go Frank Robinson
Okay,
and Ernie Banks.
you're gonna love this. They were both pitchers.
Oh, okay.
So who is it? St. Louis
Bob
Cardinals
Gibson
and Detroit Tigers.
and Denny McClain.
Denny McClain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. If you had not given me those clues, I wouldn't have known that.
I said the same. I said Vita Blue and Ernie Banks. So Vita Blue back then was, for the Oakland A's was unbelievable. All right, let's get out of here. We'll be back in 3 minutes to wrap this up. 3 out the door with the coach and AD. Tim Geider, always remember, every weekday, 9 to 10, morning break on WTRC. Tuesdays is the food show.
Tuesdays and Fridays we cook.
I got that down pat. Okay. We'll be back in 3 minutes. The coach and AD live from the Korn Ferry Tour Club Car Championship right here at the Deer Creek.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Hey, and welcome back. We are live from the Korn Ferry Golf Tournament here, sponsored by the Club Car Championship Group at Landings Club, playing on Deer Creek Golf Course. This is Coach AD. We've been live here, beautiful Deer Creek Golf Course in the Landings. 6 golf courses here at the Landings, over 6,000 members of all their, whether it's golf or club or anything else they got going here. So just an unbelievable environment. We've had a great show today. We're already an hour, 40 minutes in. Where does the time go? We got to talk local sports. We got to talk to the tournament director,
Cheyenne
herself,
Overby.
who did a phenomenal job. 14 months in the making, she tells you. Unbelievable from that standpoint. Then we just had the man that's cooking, and he knows baseball, and he knows golf.
WTOC, morning break, Tim Geider.
So he cooks on Tuesday mornings? Is that
Tuesdays and Fridays.
Tuesday and Friday, cooking with Tim. And so so it's been awesome, man.
And Reed Lotta, great kid, Savannah Country Day junior Rolex Tour player. Got his first chance to play in a professional tournament. Didn't make the cut, but we had an interview with him. Dr. Bart Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Got to thank Dr. Bart because that's why I do the show. That's why I started the show. That's why I do the Prep Sports Report website. because it's to get more news out there about our local kids, whether they're in school, out of school. We want to promote them, whether they're in the youth leagues, they're in middle school. Hey, let one of us know, okay? And once again, we're going to get out of here quick. Don't forget, this is all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. There are 5 shows. Wednesday night, 6 o'clock, Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Dan Foles and Brandon Baines. Great job. They talk, they rub NASCAR news, and then they eat coaches' food. They grub food. All right, then we come on at 7 o'clock and get nothing. We don't even get the scraps. We did get one fried pickle.
Maybe we should make it the dessert. You know, we should get
the Coach and AD dessert show.
We should do the dessert show.
We're gonna run by that.
Or the nightcap.
Or the nightcap. There you go, nightcap. All right, and then we come back 9 o'clock. We say only an hour, but I just said to him. I can't believe it's 10 after 10. He looks at me, goes,
"It's usually an hour and a half."
He says it's 10:40. I said, "You got."
It's usually an hour and a half.
So, all right, and then of course 2-pot. Although I forgot the 19th hole, the weekend of the Masters. They come back. They're going to be doing 4 shows. The 19th hole with the Herb brothers in the Henderson Cabinet on the soundstage. Great show. Brett and Sean Herb do a great job with talking all golf, all big time tournaments, and then 2 podcasts. Spencer Maddox, Travis Jadon. Okay, Hot Grids podcast, a lot better than their bowling. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But yeah, they do a great job. All local, national news. They're beating up. They're not beating up on the Hawks. They're on the Hawks' wings. So they do a great job. 2 young guys. And then, of course, I'm doing the Who's on First baseball podcast with the baseball fanatic Kyle Lawson. We did 4 years on the radio. We're going to continue a podcast. So that's what's going on. Go to Coach's Corner tonight. We got Beer for My Heroes. Who's that?
Toby Keith.
Tribute band. Go to Eventbrite. Tickets are $15 to $25. You want to get right up front, $25, 7 o'clock till whenever. Then tomorrow, they got a fundraiser for Bikers and Butts Bash, okay? Of course, it's Boston butt, meat, okay? At Coach's Corner from 12 o'clock to 7 o'clock. You did. Yes, you did. They're doing that this weekend, tomorrow, 12 to 7. They're raising money for one of the local bikers who had a bad experience. Yeah. So get out there and do it. All right, let's get 3 out the door. Don't forget, today, Savannah State, 2 o'clock, TIA Wright Stadium. I'm going to be on the internet. Okay, I'll be the color guy giving you my analysis of how the coaching staff at SSU is doing in that football game against Middle Georgia State College. Okay, Middle Georgia State, if you don't remember, Middle Georgia College was a junior college that was a perennial baseball and football power. They did away with their football team, their football program. They're bringing back the football team. So they're going to play NAIA. So we're going to look at that today. Okay, 3 out the door. It's my turn, right?
It is.
Okay, favorite golf experience?
Well, hands down, the first time I walked in Augusta National. First time I ever walked in. I mean, the TV does not do it service. You talk about how green everything is, how immaculate everything is cut. There's not a piece of trash. There's not a weed. It is way more hilly than you would ever expect from that standpoint. So from just a going somewhere dream, checklist type deal. First time at the Masters, phenomenal.
Okay, we've already talked about the favorite food. Okay, favorite golf moment that you can think of that you watched or you were part of?
Favorite golf moment watched or part of? My first hole-in-one.
Hole-in-one.
So middle school golf match back in the day when we had played golf in junior high. Had a hole-in-one on a very short par 3. It was probably probably about 110, 115 yards back in middle school, which was a lot of fun, and that's the only one I ever had. So just kind of blindly hit it, and it probably the best golf shot of the day for sure.
Nice.
So it was fun. I think for any dad, time with your, I remember going out with my dad playing golf on Friday afternoons. He always had an early day on Friday, and then taking my son when he wants to go just hit a bag balls or go putt or whatever. Right. That's a great thing about golf. It's just that family moment with it.
Just make sure you're around for the Coach's Corner Celebrity Challenge and the putt tournament. Okay.
Oh, I'm there, bro.
All right, and the last one, you got to do this. You got to do it. Your favorite golfer ever?
I mean, listen, Tiger Woods and I are about the same age, and so I think is you tend to
really enjoy the people that your age and watch them do it. So I feel like I've grown up with Tiger Woods.
Right.
Not literally, but watching him as a fan, and you're sitting there going, this is the most amazing thing ever. But obviously, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, those guys are just legends in the field. I used to be a big Freddie Couples fan.
Right.
He was always a fan favorite.
Mhm.
Phil Missum was left-handed. I was left-handed, so you start feeling some connection
Lefty.
there. Yeah, lefty. So, a lot of them, but man, just that age, from Tiger's perspective.
Once again, a lot of fun. You got to be here. You got to see it.
This is
I'm glad you finally had a Saturday where you can make it.
This is unbelievable experience. What a first-class job they've done here.
Yeah, military day appreciation.
Oh, man,
military appreciation day.
Come out here, see all the vehicles, see the
Spectators are allowed.
The Chinook helicopter, the Coast Guard helicopter, everything that's here today is just beautiful, and it's Military Appreciation Day as well.
So usually, let me see if I can take the camera here.
Yeah, take camera.
Okay, here's me. All right, if you get a good shot, that's the 18th fairway. Today we got a big tent in front of us, but if you look down the fairway, that's where they would be coming. I usually stay about an hour afterwards, an hour and a half afterwards, but due to the fact that I have to make it over to TA Wright Stadium, I won't be doing it. But it's just great watching those young players come down that 18th hole.
And we get to see golfers now that
they're walking right from the ninth hole.
Coming ninth hole, getting ready to go on the back nine.
Plus the aroma.
Yeah, there's a lot of smoke going on that smoker over there. So on our way out,
I'm starving. I don't know about you.
I am. We might
have to get some food here.
Yeah.
So once again today, locally high school, Calvary's got a doubleheader.
Aquinas at 11-2.
Savannah Christian's got a doubleheader
Against Stratford Academy, same time.
Okay. Benedictine and
At
Islands.
Metter at noon. Habersham. So staying on baseball, BC at Metter at noon. Habersham at Jenkins at noon. Then big match today over at BC. You got Islands High School versus BC Cadets. 3 o'clock day. Huge region matchup. So that's a big game there, man.
And TA Wright Stadium's for Savannah State's second game. It's their first home game in 512 days.
Amazing.
So a lot of fun. No spectators, just close family members, and of course, members from the administration and media will be allowed in. So once again, it's been always a lot of fun, Chad. It always goes quick. Whatever you may be doing today, or until we see you on Wednesday, hit it out of the park, and may this past week have been your best week ever.
Fairways and greens this week, baby.
Fairways and greens. Okay, what do we got to do there, sir?
We're almost there. We got a mask up, got hand sanitize, take care of yourself, get the vaccine, get the shot.
Whoops.
And we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys on Wednesday night live from Coach's Corner,
Center of Sports Universe.
Hey, March Madness full effect. Go to Coach's Corner, get some food today. Stay there all day. Enjoy concerts.
You got gazillion TVs. You got the men's and women's Sweet 16, getting to the Final 8, and then next weekend will be the Final 4. God bless. Thanks for watching us, and we'll see you next week.
Hit it straight.
Once again, take me out to the ball game.